What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Game Over Gurkhaman. Welcome back to Dark Souls. And welcome to the Depths. Yes, the Depths is an area that... It's not particularly poorly designed or anything. In fact, it's quite well designed. I just don't like it. It is an area full of traps and rats and... giant rats. And it's a little maze-like. I'm not gonna lie, unlike some other areas which I was pretty patient with the way I went through them, this area I'm going to be not exploring as thoroughly as some other areas. There are some interesting items here to be sure, but ooh, the Great Axe. Already got a new item. Not sure why the Great Axe can be found there, if there's any... Well, maybe if we read the lore on it. Straight into a new item, man. Well, I guess it was on the ground, so it doesn't count. So you can see its base damage is 140. There's my Titanite catch pole. Is it upgraded twice and only has 150. Now, something I didn't notice last time. I noticed the Titanite catch pole was doing some mega damage, and I figured it was because of its general damage stat. But I did some research into this weapon afterwards, because like I said, this is my first time ever actually getting it. And you can see next to the base damage stat there is a magic stat, which says 174. So on top of doing 150 physical damage, this weapon does 174 magic damage. So I'm basically getting two types of damage at once. Now you might be like, why didn't you pick up on that, Dan? And it's because when I looked at the parameters when I initially got it, you can see it requires 16 strength and 14 dexterity, but there's no intelligence requirement for it in terms of being able to equip it and use it. Which is very unusual, because most magic weapons require you to have a certain amount of intelligence in order for you to use it. It does scale with intelligence, which means if I max out both my my strength, dexterity, and intelligence stats, even though it's only got descaling, it'll still be like plus 600 damage, which is nice. But yeah, that's a little interesting thing I learnt last night. Whereas the Great Axe here has C scaling with strength, but it requires 32 strength in order to equip, which is nuts. That's almost strength. You can get to 40 strength, 40 of any stat, and there's a soft cap there. So 32. So you're almost at the cap for strength before you can even use this thing. But the Great Axe, this Great Axe is a variable mass of iron. Its weight sends foes flying, but makes it difficult to handle without inhuman strength. Any miss makes one very vulnerable, as each swing requires the full force of the body. So if I just quickly equip that for shits and giggles, I mean, I can't actually equip it. As you can see, I've got a red cross there. If I try to swing it, oi, big miss. If I think I can two-hand it. Yeah, like that thing's just... If you're good enough to hit something with it, or if you meet the stats, I think even it's decent. But yeah, it's not my kind of weapon. I'm going to stick with the Boulder Side Sword and the... Oh, you prick. There's rats everywhere here. I just fell backwards over there. Yeah, I don't like this environment much at all. To be honest, I'm just going to wait for that poison to go away. Oi! Oi! Oh, yeah, kick the rat. That's a good idea. Good work, Dan. Thankfully these rats here are non-aggressive, but there's a lot of like hidden rats around the environment. Hidden crates and things like that that'll explode out as you make your way around. Sewer chamber key, which one's that one? Can't say I remember. There's also lots of I thought that was one there, but it wasn't. There's a lot of areas where you can like fall through the floor, and you'll fall into these rooms which are absolutely just full of these nasty lizards which cause curse, which is why I bought the Purging Stone in the last episode, because being cursed is the worst. Also down here we have this lovely channeler here who will buff these rats if we get his attention. And there he goes. He's going to buff the rats. Hopefully he'll run up here, because trying to fight him and the rats at the same time is not a good time. He's going to try shooting me with a soul arrow. There he goes again. Yep, and again. Well, let's get some reach on this guy. Looks like he's just going to keep using this attack over and over. Ow, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Oh, piss. Ugh. He's in such a shitty spot. Fuck off, channeling jerk. Those guys, he didn't drop anything sadly. They got some interesting information on his gear. Those guys are actually out here on behalf of Seath the Scaleless, who is a very, very late game character or enemy you what the oh, because they're still buffed. God, that was dumb of me. Very dumb. Alright, we're back here again. Let me get those souls. Yeah, for some reason I thought when that channeler died, the buff would have wore off, but I guess that wasn't the case. Now, let's get these giant rats up here one at a time. You can see the rats come in like a few different sizes. You also might have seen running around the floor regular sized rats. As I stated, the rats here are all quite big because they've been eating people and eating souls, and souls make shit big. But there's hidden rats everywhere around here. Like that. Ambushes. Ambushes everywhere. And he dropped the humanity. That's nice. This is a place a lot of people come to farm humanity in the early game. If you're into that sort of thing. Alright, there's no rats in that one. I'm just being too cautious. And a little secret little treasure. A large Titanite shard. I picked up a few of these. Normally when you come through this area, you would come through here. And you would make your way down to Blighttown. Actually, there's a boss arena down there. We'll be fighting that today, I think. Possibly. He's an interesting boss. Another actually, no, they're not. They are technically optional. If you have the Master Key, you don't have to fight them. But if you don't have the Master Key, you kind of do need to fight them. You gonna fall down that hole? No. No, yeah. There's a lot of places to fall down here. And when you do, you can end up in some pretty annoying places. And I'm trying to do my best to avoid that if I can. I really don't know my way around here as well as I probably could. Wow, that took out my entire stamina. I wasn't expecting that. This rat is huge. He's got an axe embedded in his eye. You can also see today I'm using my boulder sides. Oh shit. The Baldurite side sword, something different. Oh fuck me! What am I doing today? Alright, you might notice we are in a different area this time. You might remember this room from last episode. This is where we fought the butchers. This is where they were cooking their delicious meats over here. And you might be like, damn, why are you back here again? What are you doing? You crazy? You might remember I mentioned this hole here, which leads down to the sewers. So since I died in that room with the giant rat, that's a good excuse to come down here. You can see there's all these dead bodies they've piled up here. And there's my souls. So that's another way to get to this little room here, is to drop down from that little spot there. I have completely forgotten how to get to that item over there, though. I don't know that I ever actually worked it out. I'm sure there's some really simple way that I'm missing, but I've never actually found it. Oh, wait. Do I just walk across here? Oh, I do. Well, isn't my face red? Maybe I did find it and I just don't remember. What is this item, anyway? Spider Shield. That is a very, very, very helpful weapon. I mean, item. We will most certainly be using that in the next area. Alright, let's see if this goes better this time. Yeah, 502 damage when you do the, do that. Ow. No, you don't. You're dead. That went a lot better this time. And he had a humanity for us. Very nice. And we got all our stuff back. So yeah. I could say that I deliberately died there just so I could do that. But I would be lying. But yeah, you can see that's the other room we were in over there with all the rats and everything, so we were looking across there. And there's that room there, which we started up there. Now I could ride this down to the low areas, but I'm not going to. Instead, what I'm going to do is we're going to make our way back to that main room there, because as you can see from here, if I come back over here again, there's some boxes down there, and they actually obscure a ladder, which for some reason I never even thought to smash those boxes. You would think I would, since smashing boxes is like all the rage in this game, but for whatever reason I never did on my first playthrough. Because I'm dumb. Sometimes you do dumb things like that, you know? It just happens sometimes. Get out of here, rat! But yeah, I'm definitely focusing on this weapon purely because... Speaking of going down to the lower areas... Oh, should I? No, I don't want to risk it. There's fucking horrible things down there. Hundreds and hundreds of horrible things. Oh, hey! This is that room with all the rats getting caught. Oh, fucking caught in the geometry. Wow, I was poisoned after I died. That's strange. Alright, well I just went and collected my souls from those rats, and I figured since I was coming back, because I used a couple Estus, the camera got stuck. It was a bad time. I didn't die again, thankfully, but I figured since we were here, we could upgrade some stuff again. So I'm going to keep, for now, focusing on my endurance, and actually I'll put my vitality up. My vitality and dex for a while, because I think my endurance is decent. I'm not doing the super quick roll, but I'm doing the quick enough roll. But since this weapon scales with dex, and it's kind of my my focus in this particular area, I might as well keep doing that. But let's come down here now, since that's what I was trying to do originally. Now that we've got that key, we can open... Oh, damn, that's right. I thought I could do that, but I can't. There's also that guy that we still have to get out of that house too. We can do that later on. Just gonna kill these guys quickly, because this is how you... I'm just hoping for a lucky humanity drop. It's always nice to have more humanity. But anyway, I fucking forgot about you. Which is a bit weird since I've run past here so many times now. Hey, there we go, humanity drop. Lovely. Good old humanity. Thanks for the humanity, son. Yeah, I don't know what's going on this morning. I mean, like I said, I hate this area. I suck at it, generally. At the best of times, but... You know. For some reason I thought that key I got unlocked that door, and I was completely wrong. Completely wrong. Alright. If I can just get these guys one at a time up here, they're not so bad. But the minute you get more than one of them, shit hits the fan real fast. Because they do a surprising amount of damage. Which is, speaking of which, like, Jesus Christ, man. I can kill them in one hit, which is nice, but they're just... Yeah. I think the reason they're doing so much damage to me is because I've got the, such light armor on. I think. But I'm not entirely... Because these guys are going to do less. These are more typical size rats. They do a lot less damage. Oh, is that another humanity drop? It is! Man, I am getting lucky with the humanity. Alright, let's come down here, because it's the only real way to go from here by the looks of things. Way! Where are you going to drop me? And this is your first encounter with one of these cunts. And believe me, they are cunts. They go down easy enough. But that shit that it was spewing out everywhere causes curse, which if your curse bar fills up, you will die. Doesn't matter how much health you have left, you will die. And yeah, I just all around, it's a bad time dealing with those guys. More rats, nothing crazy. Just keep my shield up. That's what I'm not doing down here that I should be doing. I don't like playing with my shield up. I feel like a baby being super protective. Oh, did he drop humanity too? Oh my god, I'm getting all the humanity drops. Oh shit, you're alive! Where the fuck did you come from? I didn't even see. I wonder if this crate's got a guy in it. Nah. Now, around here somewhere... Dark Spirit Kirk, hello! So you might notice that, you probably can't notice because I have a helmet on. I currently have, I am unhollowed, and it was purely because that's the only way to get this guy here to Spawn. This is the first invader in the game that most people will come across. Oh, Jesus. This does way more damage to him. I know I'm trying to play with my other weapon today, but for this fight I'm going to stick with this, because it's just making life easier. So, when you're unhollowed, you can get invaders coming into your world, and when you kill them, not only do you get a nice dose of souls there, retrieve remaining power of Dark Spirit. You can get their humanity as well. Delicious. So I'm playing offline, so that is actually a lore-based invader. You can run into them a few more times throughout the game, if you play your cards right, which I'm probably not, because I don't know most of the triggers for most of these things. I'm not quite the expert on this game that some other people are. Also, these guys are just much easier taken care of with this weapon. Take that, jerkwad! Now, there's like whole areas of these sewers that I've missed. And I'll be honest with you, I don't care. There's one ring that is quite good that I've missed, and what it allows you to do is actually, get a little bit of health back off of every enemy you kill, which is, you know, nice. Very nice thing to have. But, personally, I'm... Okay, that's the way to the boss. We don't want to go up there yet. I've only got 2 Estus. We also have this guy down here. This, by the way, is the pathway to the next area. It's locked. Need to kill the boss to get the key. Alright, let's chat to this fellow.
Aye, Shemai, and good day to you. I'm Donald of Xena. I'm just, well, a peddler of sorts. I adore trinkets and oddities, so I trade for them. I'm afraid I don't see anything here. I'm afraid...
Alright, what's he got for sale? Gold pine resin, applies lightning. I think that's super fate. That gives you critical against the enemy in this area. He also sells crystal weapons, which they're not bad, but they break, and when they break, they can't be repaired. He does sell some cool armor. Gauntlets of the Vanquisher, Boots of the Explorer. His armor set's really, really cool, but as you can see, it's quite expensive. But I really like his pants and gloves specifically, which we'll come back to when we can afford them later on.
Not every trade. There'll be more in store for it.
Yes. Yes, there will. Yeah, he gets some good stuff later on. And actually, what he ends up becoming is the vendor where if you beat our boss, he is the guy you go to, and he will sell you, depending on who the boss is, of course, not every boss, but at some of the bosses he will sell you their armor after you've defeated them, which is pretty cool in my books. Anyway, we've just created, that's the shortcut I was thinking of, we have just created a shortcut back to this bonfire, which means now we have a shortcut if we want to go take on the boss, which, you know, it's probably time. Where are we at? 26 minutes, including my deaths. Like I said, I missed some items here, including the ring that allows you to, you know what? I don't want to take any damage. Let's do that again. I don't want to waste the Estus because of that. I should probably spend some of these souls, too. Let's keep up the dex. Actually, I'll put my vitality up again. I'm a vitality kind of guy. I like having as much health as I can get. That way I can wear lighter armor and still tank a bit of damage. That's more like it. Now against this boss I will be using this weapon, because I don't want to die. It's not a tough boss by any means. It's a very popular co-op boss actually, because its health pool is quite large. Come on, go down. There you go. I think I said in the last episode, those guys can, you can farm the slimes for, good upgrades for your, they drop, yeah, large Titanite shards and green Titanite. With green Titanite, of course, being used for magic and divine weapons. Now, let's get to that boss so we can wrap up this episode. Hopefully we'll beat him on my first try. Sometimes I do really well against him and have, like, no problems at all, and then other times, it's a complete disaster. We can also summon our good friend, if we find him over here somewhere, I think. There's a summon sign somewhere. Or maybe it's further down. Also, if you don't kill that priest enchanter guy that was where the rats are, if you don't kill him before coming into this fight, he will actually buff the boss. There it is. So we can summon our good friend Soleil here if you want to join in some jolly cooperation. Also the heavy crossbow. Let's have a look at that. Powerful large crossbow, while bows require both hands, blah blah blah. Okay, doesn't actually have anything interesting on it. And we also bought the spider shield, which I said will be very handy in the next area. Shield of the Savage Mountain Bandits, uniquely shaped with a large black spider etched upon it, has resistance to poison. And because of that resistance to poison, we will be using it in the next area, because there are some guys who will be shooting poison darts at us, and if you use that shield, it completely negates it. Anyway, this boss has the best entrance of any boss in the game, in my opinion, and, well, let's just have a look. This is the Gaping Dragon. I absolutely love this guy's design. Let's see how much damage this does to him. Oh wow, a lot. Quite different to any other boss we've faced so far. Not just in terms of design, but his moveset's very unusual. But wow, this is a really wrecking him. He's got some pretty devastating moves if given the chance. He is a boss who's better off fighting without the shield. I can just bait him to slam his head down again. There he goes. I can't believe how easy I'm fighting this. Uh-oh. Run! Oh, shit! Oh, fuck, I got greedy. He was so close to being dead, too. But alright, let's try this again. This time we'll take our time a little more so that maybe this boss fight lasts longer than 5 seconds. I mean, I did die, obviously, but this fight's pretty cool, and having it end so quickly was kind of lame. So we'll try to drag it out a little more. Give you guys a better idea of this guy's different attacks and things. I thought I was further away than I was. It's getting greedy. 3 attacks is plenty. Good music, very cool design. I don't know if you can cut this guy's tail off to get a special item or not. I guess I could try, actually. I've never really tried it. You can also get some armor down here, the standard and hard leather. Standard helmet and hard leather. Alright. Off he goes. Let's see if I can get behind him to get his tail. Yeah, I don't know if his tail comes off or not, but if it does, I'd like to try to... Oh, it does! Dragon King Great Axe, fucking awesome! That is one good thing about this particular weapon, is because of the massive damage it does, it should make enemies that you can cut parts off of in order to get special drops should be quite a bit easier. Alright. That's enough. I'm just gonna run in and give him some hits. Switch to this for a minute. I'm surprised he hasn't done... He has another attack he does sometimes where he, So you can see, normally, when this is my main weapon, that's how much damage it does by comparison. It's nowhere near as, damaging. I find myself, like, pecking at his legs a lot and shit in other playthroughs. But, yeah, we'll finish him off with this weapon because, why not? Keep the risk there a little bit. Come on. Do your thing. He also normally has this attack where he, like, spews out, like, acid everywhere, which is, you know, kind of gross. when he drops that poison, you definitely want to get the fuck out of dodge, if you know what I'm saying. Twin Humanities and Homeward Bone. And I think he also dropped the soul. Let's check. Did he? Does he drop a soul? No, he doesn't have a soul either. What's the deal with that? Why not? None of these bosses have souls. Capra Demon doesn't have a boss soul, neither does the, Well, actually, it does make sense, because the Taurus Demon doesn't either, Capra Demon doesn't, Dragon doesn't. You do get a soul off of Setha Scaleless, but that was part of Gwyn's soul that he gave you. So not everything has boss souls, which I should know, but... yeah. Anyway, we got that cool weapon that I've also never got before, the Dragon King Great Axe, 380 base damage. No parameter bonuses, but it requires 50 strength. Now, I told you the soft cap for strength is 40. So basically it requires 10 additional points of strength in which are actually pretty much useless. They won't actually increase your attack at all. Let's just equip this to see what it's like. Look at this fucking thing. Ugh, I thought the other axe was slow. But 380 base, I mean, so in order to dual wield it, to use two hands just to use it kind of okay, I would need at least 25 strength. So that weapon is absolutely insane. I thought there might have been something down here, but there isn't. Alright, well, let's get ourselves back up to that bonfire then, shall we? And then next time we can finally enter Blighttown, the place I usually play through deliberately to avoid. I play through a different way so I can avoid it, but this time, well, I can't really do that. But seeing as there's no bonfire at its entrance, we're going to be returning to this bonfire first. Alright, now we're here, let's level up. We'll put up my vitality a couple. We can put up my dexterity again. Oh, we can even increase endurance once more. Wow, that was a good chunk of souls. You do get a lot of good souls from that guy. Still not doing the quicker roll, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Oh yeah, the other thing we picked up was that other armor set, wasn't it? Let's have a quick look at that, and then we'll call it an episode. This is the... already had the standard helm, I think. A sturdy helmet made of iron, very common. Type of protective gear, it provides a sound level defense. Let's pick up the hard leather armor. Armor made of thick leather, very common type of protective gear. Oh, that's all it says. Yeah. They're a good looking set, actually. I don't know how, like, stats-wise they compare. Yeah, it's a little bit heavier. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying the series. Let me know in the comments below. I hope to see you again next time. Peace out, and as always, have a good one.